trout. See the trees and everything swaying. White caps out on the lake. All right, here we go. Now that's a pretty spectacular waterfall. Alright, hi everyone. So, we're at Algonquin. The mosquitoes are out, but we're here for another solo trip. So, let's get the boat unloaded and we'll get on the water. So, we have unloaded the canoe. We are in the water now. We are at Algonquin at Cedar Lake. We're going to be doing a short loop on the Petawawa River and the Madawaska River. Just paddling into a slight headwind right now. But the paddle to the first portage is pretty short, so we should be there soon. Hopefully we'll be catching a lot of fish on this trip. It is a trip up a river and then downstream on a river. So hopefully we'll be able to get into a little bit of pocket water and we'll be able to get into some trout, which is the goal for this trip. Oh, it looks very menacing over there with the mist across the water. A lot of fog. All right, so we're going to be taking our first cast. We'll see if we can catch any fish. Nice set of rapids right here. Just coming in from the Petawawa River. It's just dumping right into Cedar Lake here. Very nice. So we will see if we can cast a fly in here and catch anything. So we have the 6-weight rod and streamer on the line right now. So let's paddle up a little bit closer to the rapids there and see if we can catch anything. Bump into a guy. He did say that there were some people catching brookies, so we'll see if there's any here. All right, we hooked ourselves into something. There's a lot of different fish on this lake, so could be a smallie, could be a pickerel. Alright, so, oh, lost it, but that was a smallie. Alright, we've hooked ourselves into something. Let's see if we can get it in. Never seen such a giant fall fish before. This thing's massive. Look at the size of this fall fish. Huge. But it doesn't really matter because it's a fall fish. So let's get him right back in. So there were no trout at that waterfall. So just gonna head over to our first portage of the trip. And it's right here. Right, the bug situation on the Petawawa here is pretty bad. The mosquitoes are in the thousands, so we'd had to don the head net, but it'll keep us sane. So we're coming up to the next portage here. It's 300 meters, so there is a small set of falls here, so we will try to fish right down here and see if we can catch anything. The last set of rapids, all we caught was a bunch of fall fish, So we caught, I think 3, 4 fall fish. They were pretty big, but you know, they're fall fish, so nothing to be proud of. We got something on the line here. Oh, and it's off. Pretty sure it was a fall fish. What else could it be? I haven't caught a brookie yet, so we're gonna say it was a fall fish. Good old creek chub. Park the canoe over here, and we're standing in the river. See if we can catch anything in this run. Alright, so there were no fish at that set of rapids there, so let's just quickly do this 300-meter portage, and we'll get up to the top of the falls to take a look. So, here we go, up the big hill. Now that's a pretty spectacular waterfall. Alright, no fish trolling across that little pond there, but we are moving towards our next portage. Called Big Unicorn. It's 2.3 kilometers, and it's just up ahead right there. That nice set of rapids. We're gonna try to fish right at the end there, and then we'll do the portage. Sorry, it's not called Big Unicorn, it's called Unicorn Hill. That is Unicorn Hill. So again, there's no fish down here at the bottom of the rapids. I feel like the water is a little bit too warm, so hopefully when we get to the top of Unicorn Hill and over into Catfish or Narrowbag, there will be some cooler water. Alright, and here we are. We're going to be starting the Unicorn Hill portage. Oh, I can see the end of the Big Unicorn Hill portage. Whew. Let's go and put down the canoe. See if there's anywhere to fish here. So we do have a road here. Looks like some logging road or service road, and we will try to see if there's any fish here in the deeper, faster current. Usually fish do like the man-made structure, so hopefully it won't be any different when we're in the middle of Algonquin. So no fish there. Now we gotta make our way under that bridge. Current is quite strong, so let's see if we can do it. We're barely moving. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. I can do it. Whew. Made it. Now another set of rapids over there and a short 170 portage, I think, or 200. But we'll try to fish at the bottom of those rapids as well. Might as well. Took a second look at the map, and we didn't actually need to go under that bridge, but since we are here, we're gonna go fish the rapids anyways. Hooked ourselves into something here. here. And looks like we got ourselves a small brook trout. Get him in the boat. Get him in the boat. 1, 2, 3. Alright. Alright. So, got ourselves a nice small brook trout here. Very nice. Very nice, small brook trout. I don't think we need to eat them because we don't really have time to cook them up. So, very nice fish. Gotta let them go. Very nice. Alright, off you go, buddy. Alright, so we're on the board. First brook trout of the trip, and it looks like the rapids here could hold a couple more. So let's cast in and see if we can catch more. Just caught that fish over here in these this little pool after these rapids. So park the canoe over here, and we're gonna get out and take a few casts to see if there's any more. Oh, caught something. What is it? Oh no. Fall fish. No good. Giant creek chub. Ooh. Just finished fishing in between the two portages here. Gonna go head over and do the next portage, 170 meters. We caught our first brook trout of the trip, so that is good. We don't have a big skunk in the boat anymore. So we also caught 25 other fall fish at that spot, but yeah, those don't count. So we're gonna go move on up the river and see if there's any more trout. Just coming up to an island campsite right now on Catfish Lake. It looks quite nice. I think we're gonna stay on this one tonight. It looks like it's gonna get some good wind. So it'll keep the bugs down. So yep, let's unload the boat and get up there and take a look. Alright, so we just got up on shore right now. Unloaded the boat over there. This is the campsite. It looks very nice. Very big and built up fire pit. Nice gentle breeze coming through, so it should keep the bugs down. A couple of flat spots here for a tent, so hopefully we can set up right over here maybe, or maybe even just out here. Don't really see too much firewood lying around, so I think we're going to be having a bush buddy fire tonight, but that should be enough to keep all the mosquitoes and black flies away. All right, so let's unload the boat, bring everything up, and let's get the tent set up first. So I think I'm gonna try to set it between these two trees here, and we'll see how it goes. Looks relatively flat. It is sloping a little bit that way, so we'll put the head end on this side, and yeah, we'll try it out. before we set up the tent, I'm just gonna quickly unload my bag and show you guys what I brought with me. Pretty simple trip, so don't have too much stuff. Got our Tyvek ground sheet, a garbage bag from the park. We have fixed blade. That's a same thing as last time, the Benchmade Bushcrafter 162. We have the Baco Laplander folding saw this time. Didn't want to bring the bigger saw because I didn't plan to have really big fires, so the little saw will do. We also have in the front, we brought a alcohol stove for the Bush Buddy and a bottle of alcohol. Brought a tarp in case it rains. Got a tarp here. Fishing kit. Got a spot device. Tent pegs. Bear rope. Bear hang rope. Got a Leatherman. Got a can of Coors Original. Coors Banquet was so much better, but unfortunately they don't sell it anymore here in Canada. Got a bag for collecting water. And that's it for the outside. We have our rain jacket and an insulated jacket. Bag of food for the day. Ditty bag. We have our tent. This is the Yama Mountain Gear tarp and a net tent. Toiletries. Bush Buddy Mini and a Titan kettle. Leather gloves. Other toiletries bag with toothbrush and toothpaste. The other one is actually a poop kit. Got rain pants. Got a pair of camp shoes in here. Camp shoes. Food bags. We have a first aid kit. Inside the first aid kit is first aid stuff, and also a repair kit for my gear. So repair kit for the boat and repair kit for sleeping mats and tents and clothing as well. Got some wet wipes, camera equipment, batteries and chargers and such. And for this trip we also have our quilt. Brought the quilt because it's not going to be cold enough where I need to bring the sleeping bag out, so the quilt will do. And also have my clothes in here. Have a set of long underwear, a extra shirt, extra pair of socks, and lastly, I like to keep my sleeping mat and my sleeping bag inside a separate bag in my backpack to keep it dry. And we have a pump sack. We have our Thermarest X Lite. And we have our Trekology pillow. So, let's go, and so that's it for the bag, and the bag is a Hyperlite Mountain Gear Southwest, I think 3400? Yep. So, let's get that tent set up, and we can put everything in. Almost lost my Tyvek there. Almost went to the lake. Now 2 pegs. There you go. So just finished setting up everything in the tent, and the mosquitoes and black flies are a little bit crazy right now. So just gonna relax in here for a little bit. I've got the Thermarest X Light and all of our stuff. So with the mosquito situation, we're just gonna wait it out for a little bit. When it cools down a little bit later tonight, the mosquitoes should be a little bit less active, and we will be able to go out and enjoy ourselves. Same with the black flies. The black flies usually subside around 8:30, so hopefully it'll be about the same tonight. Yeah, and then we'll go out and we can enjoy maybe a small bush buddy fire, or we can just actually have a campfire if we can find firewood. So the bugs have not let up yet, so I'm just sitting in the tent and boiling my water outside. And you can see all the mosquitoes are all just here waiting for me to go out. So mosquitoes have been inactive for the past little... Whoa, what happened there? Alright, so mosquitoes have been inactive for the past maybe half hour or so. So I went and hung up the bear bag, brushed my teeth, and did a couple of camp chores. But it's getting pretty late. It's about 10:30 right now. So I'm going to go and hit the sack, and we'll wake up early tomorrow morning. And we'll talk about where we're going to go. We're kind of changing our route. We're not going to go the way that we were planning. So we'll talk about it in the morning. Alright, so we're just sitting out here on the point. The campsite's back there, but there's a lot of mosquitoes and black flies. But out here on the point it's nice and windy, so it's keeping them away. So we're going to try to cook our breakfast out here. We'll see how that works out, because got the bush buddy, got an alcohol stove, and a lot of wind. So maybe we're going to have to use something as a wind block to keep the bush buddy from blowing out. But again, we got our bush buddy mini. We're gonna have to set it up here on this rock here. We got bush buddy mini and our Titan kettle. Really gotta hold everything, because everything keeps trying to fly away. Show you mini. 2 cups of water in there, be enough for a tea, and also the oatmeal. Right. Okay, so we got our alcohol for our alcohol stove here. It's gonna be really interesting trying to light this up in the wind. Alright, I think that did the trick. Sticking your hand in there. Well, the mosquitoes are back out in full force now that the wind has died down. So let's get our pot on there. And see if we can use our seat as a wind block. Maybe we'll just do this for a bit. Just blocking the wind here, and yeah, it's been a couple of minutes. Looks like the water is boiling. So just gonna move my windscreen. Let's take a look inside. Oh yeah, it's boiling now. So we got ourselves full boil. Sit back over here on my sit pad. So we can get our cup here for a little bit of tea. This morning I think we're gonna have, actually, we're gonna try something different. This is powdered soy milk. So powdered soy milk. So let's give this a try. And right when the wind dies down, the mosquitoes come in, start attacking you. So it's either you get the wind or you get the mosquitoes right in the face. So you can't have everything. Alright. Side here, wrapper, put under something so it doesn't blow away. And our soy milk. And the rest of the water we're gonna just use it for our oatmeal. So you got some oatmeal, blueberry apples. This time we put in a bit of chocolate chips. So there are some chocolate chips in here, white and milk chocolate. So should add a bit of extra flavor. So we're just gonna give it a stir here and wait for it to rehydrate. Let's give our soy milk a bit of a stir. Ooh. Had this one other time when I went car camping with a couple of friends, and it was pretty good. So decided, it's light, so I'm gonna try it out here in the backcountry. Yep, tastes like soy milk. It's good. Really gotta give it a stir though. This is very chunky. Alright, so breakfast is done rehydrating, so we're gonna eat this and then take a quick look at the map to see what our new route's gonna be, because we're not gonna be going the same way that we originally planned. So originally this was supposed to be a 6-day trip, but had to cut it short because got other priorities, life and work and such. So kind of cut it short. Wanted to do the same route but do it in 3 days, but I don't think it's going to be possible with the wind, and I want to spend a little bit more time fishing. So instead of trying to rush through everything, I want to give myself time to fish. And the Petawawa River hasn't been that great for fishing so far. Only caught the one brook trout. Water has been a little bit warm. You can feel it because when I'm standing and wading in the river, my feet don't get cold, so probably a little bit too warm for the trout. So we're going to be switching and going up the river from here. We're going to go up to the Nipissing River and go back around. So let's give you guys a quick look at what that looks like. Alright, so originally we were going to start here and go down here and do this route down here and circle back around this side and go back into Cedar. But we're not going to have enough time to do that and still have enough time for fishing. So we're going to cut it really short and we're going to do this here. We are camped over here at Catfish right now. We're going to go down and around, and then we're going to do the 520, do the 3-kilometer portage up to the Nipissing, and hopefully we'll get into some good fishing right down here. There's something called Rolling Dam, and then if we have time we can make it up to Pearly Dam, and then we'll paddle ourselves back this way. We'll try to see if we can stay at any of the campsites here, or if we can't, then we'll make it out to Cedar. We'll look to see if there are any free campsites out here on Cedar. I'm not sure if there's going to be though, because it is a Saturday right now, so it could be pretty busy out there on the Access Lake. So we'll go out there and we'll take a look around, and if we can find something, then we'll stay there. If not, then we can always sleep in the car, or we can drive out and find some crown land to sleep on. So we'll see how it goes, play by ear. And yeah, that is going to be the route that we're going to do. So just going to go down here, circle back up, out that way. It is quite windy right now, so we're just looking for a place to put in the canoe. We took out over here yesterday, and this is directly where the wind's blowing, so we're gonna try to go over to this side here and put in the canoe in this calmer water. And we have the canoe and bags and everything packed up and ready to go. So let's get out onto the water. Alright, bye-bye campsite. You're a good one. Just too many bugs, but that's not the campsite's fault. So just on Catfish Lake now, in the main part of the lake. A lot of headwinds, but waves are not too bad just yet. Got about probably 2-kilometer paddle like this, but slow and steady does it. About 10:45 right now, so we'll see how long it takes us to get to the end of Catfish Lake and then into Luckless. A lot of wind, a lot of wind. Gonna stick along the shore here. At least if we take a dunk, we'll be close to shore and we can just easily get out of the water. Always gotta wear your life jacket, especially in these kind of conditions in a small boat. Some of these bigger waves. Got a lot of splashback in the canoe. So just finished that portage from Catfish Lake to Luckless Lake, and got to the end here, and it looks pretty windy. See the trees and everything swaying. White caps out on the lake. So we're just gonna see if we're gonna have a short lunch break here, or if we're just gonna go and push through and go on the lake. Alright, so we're in the boat. We're gonna paddle out a little bit, wait for a break in the wind, and then we're gonna quickly make a run for it and do the crossing on Luckless Lake. It's a really small lake, so I'm really surprised that the whitecaps are so big out there. So I can't imagine what it's like right now on Cedar Lake, where we gotta go across tonight. All right, here we go. Going along shore here is not so bad, but a lot of weird conflicting waves and wind. So sometimes you get a rogue gust, but we're just gonna slowly make our way across. So we made it over to the head end of Luckless Lake. Very calm over here because the trees and hills are blocking all the wind. So we're just gonna troll a little bit to see if we can catch a fish on this side before we do that 3-kilometer portage. No luck there for fishing on Luckless Lake. I guess that's why they call it Luckless Lake, because you can't catch a fish. And Nipissing. And Nipissing. Oh, it's quite a nice campsite here at the end of the portage. Kind of small, but it's a fire pit, tent pads. And that is the end of the portage. So we're just gonna get all our stuff into the water here and paddle down the Nipissing and see if we can catch any fish. The little set of rapids here, no portage, so they say you can paddle through it somehow. Looks pretty shallow though. So let's see. Let's pick a side. Or maybe let's go to the bottom here. We'll get out and then we'll try fishing at the bottom of the rapids. Alright, got something. smallmouth bass, it looks like. Come on. So, got ourselves a smallmouth bass here. They are not in season yet. Still only the beginning of June. So, let's get him unhooked. And there he is. Very nice fish, but gotta let him go. Did see on the map, it did say that there were smallmouth bass and brook trout here. So let's see if we can catch any more. Paddle up the rapids a little bit, up the river from Marshy Bay, and seeing if we're gonna catch anything. Hopefully the boat doesn't float away. It is tied up. Oh, hooked ourselves into something big. We may need the net. See if we can get the boat over here and get the net. It's gonna be a exciting fish catch. Gotta keep the tension on that while somehow going over here to get the net. Let's go. Got the fish on. That. Looks like it might be a smallmouth bass or a brook trout. But fighting more like a smallie. Oh, that's strange. It is none of those. It is a giant catfish. Huh. Never caught one of those on a fly before. Big old catfish. Let's put him in the net so we don't get a barb. That's a big catfish, guys. All right, catfish, and away he goes. See you later, Mr. Catfish. That was unexpected. So, bumped into a guy on the yesterday when I got here. He was fishing at the mouth of one of the rivers on Cedar Lake. And he said that there were quite a lot of catfish. And yeah, didn't expect to catch one on the fly though. He said, using worms and bouncing on the bottom, you should be able to catch them. Yeah. Who would have thought? On a fly. The Crelex pattern is catching everything this trip. Brook trout, smallmouth bass, catfish, creek chub, ballfish, or whatever you call them. Everything. Oh look, a rainbow. Starting to rain again. So we made it back over to Cedar Lake, and it's really nice conditions for paddling right now. Sunny, and there's a slight tailwind, so we're just kind of going with the wind. Don't really have to paddle too much. So made the decision to go back to the car today. I paddled past 4 campsites and all of them are taken. So being a Saturday is probably going to be pretty busy. So not going to paddle all the way down the lake and then come back tomorrow. So just going to go straight over to the car. And yeah, it was a good trip. Didn't do the route that we were planning to do, but still got in some good paddling, got in a night of camping, and caught some fish, which is the important part. Yep, so heading back to the car, and we'll catch you guys in the next one.